Counselor Ter Voss slammed his palm onto the chamber console. Nexara, the word echoed through the Galactic Council's crisis chamber. Holographic displays flickered as the classified safe word propagated. Red alerts pulsed across linked networks. Every Allied fleet channel lit up. Voss exhaled. The override would bind human ships to Council command. No more rogue maneuvers, no more delays. Marshal Soren Kelt spun from his security station. Seize the human envoy, now, before it spreads. Armored enforcers surged toward the observation dais. Human envoy Myra Iwata stood alone, her face a mask of calm. She tapped her wrist calm once. A Deadman protocol engaged, her feed cut to static. Kelt barked into his comm. Lock her down, Voss gripped the console edge. Iwata dodged the first enforcer's grab. She palmed a hidden injector into her neck. Collapsed, unmoving. The chamber doors hissed shut, too late. Voss pulled up the broadcast log. Nexara flooded every warship relay, Vecran expeditionaries, Solari patrols, even neutral observers. The galaxy heard it. Kelt snarled. Damage control, jam human channels. Voss shook his head. It's done. Fleets are locking protocols. A priority ping hit the main holoscreen. Prince Commander Ral Karun's Vecran flagship, Iron Maw Asterisk. Karun's scaled face filled the view. Council override received. Human resistance fleets targeted. Engaging. Voss leaned forward. Karun's armada 200 dreadnoughts closed on Saul's outer markers. Human pickets scattered like chaff. Then Karun's voice cracked. What is that? Sensors, multiple signatures emerging from asteroid belts. Voss zoomed the feed. Shadows detached from Trojan clusters. Hulls gleamed matte black. No IFF transponders. Hundreds. Thousands. Kelt paled. Ghost fleet? Impossible. Intel cleared those vectors. Voss's claws dug into his station. Human ships accelerated. No chatter. No warnings. Plasma lances charged in silence. Admiral Lena Cade's voice cut through Karun's channel. Flat. Precise. Vecran fleet, this is UNS Asterisk Vanguard Asterisk. Stand down. Nexara is not yours to invoke. Karun laughed, fangs bared. Human, you fold under council word, power down or burn. Cade's image appeared, human female, steel gray eyes, no uniform flare. Negative, protocol rejects unauthorized override, you have 10 seconds. Voss watched the tactical overlay. Vecran beams stabbed out first. Human hulls shrugged them off, layered ablatives vaporized, but cores held. Dozens of Vecran escorts crumpled under return fire. Kinetic swarms punched through armor like needles. Karun roared. All batteries, annihilate them. Cade's fleet danced. Ghost drives warped local space. Ships blinked behind Vecran lines. Torpedoes bloomed from blind spots. Iron Maw Asterisk S shields flared crimson. Voss muted the chamber chatter. He patched into Council secure line. Marshal, pull Karun back. That's no ragtag defense. Kelt ignored him. Karun, press the attack. Humans bluff. On screen, Cade issued orders. Flankers Project Echo, core strike on flag. Her destroyers peeled off, vanished into stealth folds, reappeared amid Vecran cruisers. Novapulse warheads detonated. 20 hulls shattered. Debris fields birthed kill chains. Karun's bridge alarms wailed. Evasive, where are they? A human battleship materialized overhead. Vanguard Asterisk S main gun spoke. Gravitic lance. Iron Maw Asterisk S bow sheared off. Karun tumbled into void, suit jets firing. Voss's stomach twisted. Kelt, recall all forces. This escalates to extermination. Kelt slammed his fist. No, security fleets inbound will glass Earth. New pings swarmed the display. Human signatures multiplied. Hidden yards in Kuiper belts. Lagrange ship tenders. A Doomsday armada forged in silence. Cade's voice returned, relayed fleet-wide. Council forces, this is Admiral Cade. Nexara was your contingency. Ours activates now. Cease fire or face total commitment. Solari patrols broke first. Beamed surrender codes. Vecran remnants scattered. Voss stood. Marshal broker terms before they rewrite the stars. Kelt glared, but his comms choked with retreat orders. Voss watched Cade's fleet reform. Perfect vectors, no waste. Humans had built this in shadows, while diplomats like him trusted words. A final ping. Earth's envoy feed reactivated. Mara Iwata sat up. Antidote flushed her veins. She smiled at the chamber cam. Protocol complete. Diplomacy resumes on our terms. Voss sank into his chair. The safe word had unlocked hell, and humans held the key. Admiral Lena Cade scanned her bridge holotank. Vecran Rex dotted the plot. Her crews ran damage checks. Silent efficiency. Status exec, Cade asked. Captain Reyes nodded. All squadrons green. Hidden assets deployed 90%. No losses. Cade tapped the fleet net. Broadcast to council channels. Hostilities paused. Envoy Iwata secure. Await mediation. Reyes raised a brow. They hit us first, ma'am. Cade met his gaze. And we stopped it. That's enough. Sensors pinged. Council envoy shuttle approached under white lights. Voss's signature. Cade straightened. Prep docking, time for words again. But her mind tallied the yards, billions in shadow builds, contingencies upon contingencies. Humans didn't posture, they prepared. The shuttle locked. Voss stepped aboard. His frills quivered. Admiral, Voss said, your response, unprecedented. Cade gestured to the plot, fading debris. Necessary, Nexara meant control, we built for survival. Voss nodded slowly. The Council sees now. Diplomacy needs limits. Cade extended a hand. Agreed, hard stop, mutual. Voss clasped it, firm. Outside, stars gleamed. Human fleets faded back to silence. Ready, always. Marshal Soren Kelt stormed the security annex. Consoles sparked from overloads. Analysts hunched over wreckage feeds. Report, Kelt demanded. A tech stammered. Human stealth tech, beyond scans, Doomsday fleet massed equal to our core navy, deployed in minutes. Kelt punched a bulkhead, dense buckled alloy. Prince Commander Karun limped in, salvaged from drift. Burns scarred his scales. They carved us, Marshal, like training drones. Kelt whirled. Lies, humans scramble, we restrain them next cycle. Karun laughed bitterly. Watch the replays, they waited, baited us. Hollows replayed the lance strike. Vanguard ghosted through defenses. Clean kill. Kelt froze. Humans humble in talks. Lethal in void. Voss's voice overrode the calm. Marshal, stand down all ops. Truce holds. Kelt snarled but keyed compliance. For now. The galaxy learned. Never invoke the word. Never anger the quiet ones. Counselor Ter Voss returned to chambers. Feeds showed armadas dispersing. Human black hulls vanished into belts. Kelt sulked at his post. Iwata's shuttle ferried home. Voss activated the override log, erased Nexara traces. Futile, the galaxy remembered. He leaned back. Humans built in silence. Diplomacy danced on their edge. One word, one fleet, balance restored. But Voss wondered, what other shadows hid in Saul? Counselor Ter Voss slammed the override panel. Red lights flared across the chamber console. Interceptor launch now. His aides scattered. A Vecran pilot burst through the hatch, carapace gleaming under emergency strobes. Counselor aboard, strap in, relay hub full burn. Voss dropped into the Excel couch. Restraint snapped tight. The interceptor shuddered, thrusters ignited. G-forces pinned him as they blasted from the station dock. Status, Voss barked into the comm. Pilot's mandibles clicked. 10 minutes to hub, broadcasts live, self-replicating, council override authorized. Priority Alpha, Marshal Kelt's order, cancel it. The ship streaked through the void. Stars blurred past viewports. Voss gripped the armrests. Kelt had triggered the emergency protocol, the Nexara directive, meant to pacify unruly species. Humans topped the list after their incidents. But something gnawed at Voss. Human archives mentioned contingencies. Alarms blared, incoming ping from the hub. Counselor Voss, this is Relay Chief Lura. Signals embedded, quarantining nodes now. Contain it, Voss snapped. Full spectrum jam. Interceptor docked with a clang. Airlock cycled. Voss strode into chaos. Technicians swarmed hollow panels. Blue quarantine fields flickered over routing cores. Sparks flew from overloaded relays. Lyra, a squat Dravani with glowing eyes, spun to face him. Counselor, it's replicating faster than we purge. Jumped 3 sectors already. Human channels lit up like a supernova. Voss shoved past. Isolate the origin. Kelt's auth code, override it. Fingers danced on consoles. A tech yelped. Can't. Payload's adaptive. Rewriting our firewalls. Voss's frills quivered. Humans had warned about this in annex filings, buried under diplomacy waivers. He activated his personal slate. Pull human archives, Annex Protocol 7. Data streams flooded the hollow. Galactic Council files on Saul, trade pacts. Tech exchanges, then the subfolder, contingency declarations. Voss tapped it open. Extinction response. His breath caught, safe word protocol, listed plain as a docking manifest. Nexara, he whispered. The word stared back, trigger phrase for total mobilization. Humans filed it years ago. Council logged it as theatrics. No fleet manifests attached, just a note. Response calibrated to threat level, do not invoke. Lyra leaned in. What is it? Recall code, Voss lied, heart pounded. He keyed his override. Broadcast counterman, Nexara null, all channels. Hub shuddered, routing cores whined, quarantine fields collapsed, signals surged outward. Failed, a tech groaned. It's galaxy-wide. Voss stared at the archive. Humans built this in silence. One word, their hard stop. Deep space monitor pinged. Harsh chime cut the din. Hollow bloomed center stage. A new contact swarm, 1,000 strong, accelerating from Sol's shadow. Labels snapped into focus. Earth Doomsday fleet active. Voss froze. Black hulls materialized. No IFF transponders. No prior logs. Mass shadows eclipsed council pickets. Lyra's eyes widened. That's impossible. Stealth profile 0. How many? 4,000 capital ships, the monitor droned. Dreadnought class unclassified, yield projections, core navy equivalent. Voss's mandibles parted. Humans never boasted, never logged fleets. They built, waited, comm crackled. Marshal Soren Kelt's voice boomed. Voss, what have you done? Recall that fleet. Me, Voss snarled. Your directive triggered it. Nexara, their extinction word. Silence, then Kelt's roar. Lies. Humans scramble like vermin. Karun's expedition will crush. Holofeed shifted. Vecran expeditionary signatures winked out. One by one. Vanguard asterisk lances pierced their formations. Clean, precise, no waste. Prince Commander Ral Karun's flagship exploded in silent fire. Debris fields bloomed. Voss watched. Human ships ghosted through defenses. Point defense grids shredded Vecran cruisers like foil. Torpedoes danced past countermeasures. Strikes hit vitals. Karun's final transmission. They waited, baited us. Gods, the precision, static. Relay hub fell silent. Technicians gaped. Lyra clutched her console. Counselor, fleet vector straight for core worlds. Voss keyed the emergency channel. All council forces stand down. Truce broadcast imminent. Kelt overrode. Negative. Security protocol, restrain the primitives. Voss punched the marshal's feed mute. He opened a direct line to Sol. Human Ambassador Iwata's face appeared. Calm, professional. Counselor Voss, she said. Nexara confirmed, threat neutralized. Expeditionary fleet destroyed, Voss replied, voice steady. Directive recalled, stand down your response. Iwata nodded, no triumph, no gloat. Acknowledged, fleet returns to Shadow Patrol, diplomatic channels open. Shadow Patrol, Voss's frills twitched. They'd always been there, unseen, unlogged. Hub alarms wailed anew, incoming council interceptor, Kelt's signature. Voss turned to Lyra. Evacuate non-essentials, prepare truce packet. She hesitated. Marshals inbound, armed. Let him come. Voss archived the safe word. Erased traces where he could. Futile, the galaxy buzzed with it now. Interceptor clamped. Airlock hissed. Marshal Soren Kelt stormed in, claws flexing. Prince Commander Karun limped behind, scales charred, one arm salvaged from wreckage. Report, Kelt bellowed. Voss faced him. Hollow replayed the lance strikes. Vanguard carved through Vecran lines. Karun's eyes narrowed. They carved us, Karun rasped. Like training drones. Kelt punched a bulkhead, alloy buckled. Scramble response, restrain them. Voss activated the truce override. Stand down, Marshal, truce holds. Kelt snarled, claws hovered over his sidearm. Voss didn't flinch. Human fleet signatures faded into asteroid belts. Black hulls vanished. Karun laughed bitterly. Watch the replays, they waited, baited us. Kelt froze, humans, humble in talks, lethal in void. Voss's voice cut through. All ops cease now. Kelt keyed compliance, fists clenched. Voss exhaled, armadas dispersed. Iwata's shuttle ferried home. He leaned into his chair, humans built in silence. One word shifted the stars, but deep scans whispered more. Shadows in Sol, what else hid? Admiral Lena Cade watched the plot from Vanguard S bridge. Doomsday fleet stood down, vectors reversed. Crews ran diagnostics, routine. Admiral, her XO said. Council channels lighting up, truce confirmed. Cade nodded. Secure shadows, drills resume tomorrow. No cheers, no postures, just work. Humans prepared, always. Her console pinged. Personal file, Nexara logs, filed years ago, ignored. She closed it. Diplomacy danced on edges. They held the line, quietly. Counselor Ter Voss returned to chambers. Feeds showed fleets scattering. Human black hulls gone. Kelt sulked at post. Voss activated override log, erased Nexara traces. Pointless. Galaxy remembered. He leaned back, balance restored. One word. One fleet, but Voss wondered. What other shadows lurked in Sol? Task Group Alpha break dock. Emissions control full blackout. Execute now. Admiral Lena Cade's voice cut across Vanguard *S bridge. Crews snapped to stations. Docking clamps retracted with metallic groans. The Doomsday fleet, 50 black-hulled behemoths, shadows forged in Sol's outer yards, slipped free from orbital cradles. No fanfare, no alerts blared. Cade gripped her command rail. Plot screens flickered to life. Council override signal pulsed red across core worlds. Galactic enforcers mobilized. Vecran expeditionaries under Prince Commander Ral Karun vectored in. Emergency protocol triggered. Restrain humanity. Her fleet accelerated into the void. Ion drives hummed low, signatures scrubbed to ghost levels. Vanguard led the van, a kilometer-long dagger of alloy and railguns. Sister ships fanned out. Nemesis *, Eclipse *, Wraith. Built in silence decade after decade. Contingency for the day procedures failed. Admiral, XO Ramirez reported, eyes on tactical. Council pickets 12 light minutes out, spinning up sensors. Karun's heavies inbound, 8 to 40 minutes. Cade nodded. Launch decoys, all tubes. Missile bays irised open. Thousands of beacons spat into space. Chaff drones mimicking freighter wakes, ghost signatures blooming like flares. Cade's fleet dove into Sol's busiest traffic lanes. Merchant convoys plied the routes, bulk haulers from Luna yards or drones from the belt. Human traffic dense and predictable. Vanguard threaded a lumbering gas miner. Collision alarms chirped once, then silenced. The fleet masked inside the flow. Council scanners would drown in noise. Karun's proud veterans excelled at parade formations, grand fleet maneuvers. Humans played hide-and-seek in the everyday grind. Decoys deploying, Ramirez confirmed. Signatures scattering were ghosts. Cade checked crew manifests. Primary complements stood ready, drilled for this since enlistment. But reserves, she keyed the auxiliary net. Manning pools activate, pull dormant crews from civilian hulls. Priority, merchants in lane Sigma 7. Across Sol, orders rippled. Merchant captains, ex-Navy, weekend warriors, abandoned bridges, shuttles darted from freighters. Bulk Endurance *, a Jovian ore carrier, disgorged 200 techs. They piled into assault boats, boosting for Eclipse *. Minutes ticked. A luxury liner from Mars offloaded gunners mid-transit, passengers none the wiser. Cade watched the influx on her board. Nemesis hit full strength first, engineers flooding from a belt tug. Wraith pulled pilots from a survey drone mothership. No chaos, no delays. Humans rotated reserves like clockwork. Galactic races marveled at human merchant empires, vast, efficient. None guessed the hulls doubled as troop pools. Full manning in 3, Ramirez said. Reserve response time 90 seconds average. Cade allowed a tight smile. Drills paid off. Arm weapons, rails hot but hold fire. Council channels crackled. Marshal Soren Kelt's image hologrammed up, scaled hide taut, eyes like targeting lasers. Human vessels, this is Council Security Chief Kelt. Override Alpha 9 engaged. Power down drives. Submit to boarding. Noncompliance escalates to neutralization. Kelt's Vecran enforcers flanked him on split screen. Angular cruisers, plasma lances glowing. Prince Commander Ral Karun loomed behind, mandibles clicking. Karun's expeditionary fleet, elegant destroyers bred for first strike glory. They expected humans to bluster bargain. Fold, Cade ignored the demand. Her fleet ghosted deeper into traffic. A decoy beacon detonated early, Vecran sensors pinged it, fired warning shots. Real merchants scattered, cursing over open bans. Counselor Voss online, comms officer announced. Ter Voss appeared, frills quivering. The crisis mediator's voice stayed level. Admiral Cade, procedures demand compliance. The override protects all species. Stand down. Cade met his gaze. Voss trusted rules, forms, votes. Humans built fleets while he filed petitions. She keyed transmit. A single packet burst toward the Council nexus. Confirm hostile intent or stand clear. No more, no debate. Earth didn't posture. Silence stretched. Cade's plot updated. Karun's fleet burned hard, closing the gap. Vecran sensors pierced one decoy cluster. 3 destroyers peeled off pursuit. Eclipse jinked behind a freighter convoy, rails charging silent. Kelt snarled. You dare threaten? We have numbers. Karun, engage. Karun's mandibles parted in a grin. With pleasure, Marshal. Humans scatter like vermin. His lead cruiser unleashed. Plasma arcs lashed out, vaporizing a dozen merchant hulls in the lanes. Alarms wailed across human bands. Civilian captains called distress. Cade's jaw tightened. Karun played to strengths, overwhelming firepower, shock assaults. Veterans dominated open battles, fleets arrayed in crystal precision, but Saul's lanes twisted like veins. Vanguard rolled under a plasma volley. Cade snapped, counterfire, point defense only. Railguns spat. Silent accelerators hurled tungsten slugs at relativistic speeds. Karun's point ship buckled, shields flared, hull breached, debris bloomed. The veteran commander barked orders, reforming his line. Voss interjected. "Cease, this is madness. Admiral, your packet." Cade cut him. "You triggered override. We respond. Confirm or clear." Her fleet struck again. Nemesis emerged from traffic shadow, broadside raking two pursuers. Slugs punched through armor like needles. Veteran wrecks tumbled, engines blooming fire. Karun's voice rose in outrage. "Primitives, how do you?" Humans didn't shout. Wraith *S crew fresh from merchant pools locked missiles. Swarms launched, weaving through civilian chaff. Impacts crumpled Karun's flank. Kelt pounded his console. "Pull back, regroup." Voss's frills flattened. He watched replays, human black hulls materializing from nowhere. Decoys fooled his best scanners, reserves manned in heartbeats. Karun's proud navy reeled. "Admiral," Voss said, voice hushed. "Intent not hostile, override rescinded, truce." Cade paused. Plot showed veterans reversing vectors. Council pickets powered down, her fleet held position, weapons trained. "Confirmed," she replied. "Shadows secure." Vanguard *S bridge exhaled. Ramirez wiped sweat. "They blinked." Cade straightened. "Drills resume at 600. Log all contacts." No cheers, crews ran diagnostics. Rails cooled, decoy remnants faded. Council channels went quiet. Voss stared at his screens long after. Kelt fumed in a corner. Karun nursed his battered fleet, pride cracked. Cade turned to her console. A ping, Nexara logs ancient warning, she archived it. Humans prepared, always, but deep scans whispered from the outer dark. More shadows stirred. What else waited? Counselor Ter Voss paced his chambers. Feeds replayed the route. Karun's expeditionaries limped home, hulls pitted. Kelt sulked at security post, claws scoring his panel. Voss activated the override log, erased traces. Futile. The galaxy buzzed. Humans vanished into their own backyard, struck like specters. He keyed a private line to Cade. No answer. Her fleet's signatures winked out. Gone. Voss leaned back. One packet, one word, balance teetered, shadows in Saul deepened. What contingencies hid next? Admiral Cade watched from Vanguard *S flag plot. Outer markers pinged, reserve squadrons stirring. Ghost yards in the Uit, black projects unveiled only if needed. "Admiral," Ramirez said, "Council truce holds, but their probes linger at the heliopause." She nodded. "Monitor, no emissions." Crews drilled on, humans built in silence. Diplomacy needed teeth. Her console chimed again. Incoming from Voss. "What else waits?" Cade typed one line. "Contingencies you never voted on." She hit send. Plot cleared. Fleet went dark. The stars held their breath. Prince Commander Ral Karun slammed his fist on the Stormclaw's command pulpit. "All squadrons form wedge on the Council border shipyard. Seize it. No delays." His veteran fleet surged forward, 30 cruisers and escorts painting the void with targeting locks. The shipyard loomed ahead, a lattice of docks and habitat rings orbiting the neutral beacon at Epsilon Verge. Council property, fat with repair bays and fuel depots, perfect leverage against the humans' backers. Karun's mandibles clicked in anticipation. His people built the galaxy's finest naval hammers, broadside volleys that shattered fleets at range. Humans, soft diplomats hiding behind council skirts. The override signal from the Galactic Council had primed this, restrain Earth before it escalated. Karun's expedition would force the issue. "Target the outer habitat ring," he ordered. "Warning barrage only, clip it, make them beg." Lances of plasma streaked from his lead ships. The barrage slammed into the ring's spin section. Metal screamed. Atmosphere vented in golden plumes. Docking clamps sheared, spilling tenders into the black. Alarms wailed across open channels. "Council Station, this is Veteran Expeditionary Force," Karun broadcast. "Surrender the yard, hostages optional, resist and we glass the rest." Static hissed back. No yield. Karun's spines bristled. Second salvo, broaden the arc. His gunners ripple-fired. Shells arced toward the core docks, space tore open at knife range. Human signatures bloomed, 12 sleek destroyers, jump drives hot, no warning pings. No IFF chatter. They materialized inside his barrage envelope, point defense lattices igniting like a storm of needles. Admiral Lena Cade's voice cut the net, calm as drilled steel. Vanguard actual to all units. Lattice fire, full weave, shred incoming. From Vanguard *S bridge, Cade watched the plot. Her squadron, Ghost Wing, had lain doggo in the yard's shadow docks, emissions scrubbed. Council override be damned. This Vecran push smelled like extermination prelude. Her crews snap-drilled for this, intercept, neutralize, vanish. Point defense grids linked. Thousands of kinetic darts lashed out in a phased lattice, intersecting every Vecran shell mid-flight. Explosions stippled the void, harmless blooms. Not one round touched the yard. Karun's eyes widened on Stormclaw's asterisk. What sorcery? Evasive. Broadside the intruders, his fleet-wheeled prows swinging. Capital guns charged, unleashing hell, plasma lances and railgun swarms, Vecran precision at peak. They excelled here, flanking maneuvers, massed fire that pulped lesser navies. Cade's destroyers danced through it. Reconfigure to evasive delta, she said. Shields to forward facets, lance batteries hot. Hull plates shifted. Modular armor flowed like liquid, reshaping into needle profiles. ECM pods deployed, ghosting signatures. One destroyer took a grazing hit, shields flared, then adaptive plating sealed the breach mid-spin. They counterfired, tight-beam lasers carving Vecran escorts. Karun gripped his pulpit as Stormclaws shuddered. There, changing shape under fire, scans lied. Human hulls morphed, optimizing thrust vectors, bleeding heat into decoys. His broadside carved 2 ghosts, not real ships. A third salvo missed entirely, lattice fire picking his gun batteries clean. Flank them, Karun roared. Envelop the yard. 5 cruisers peeled off, engines flaring. They pincered the humans, trading blows. Vecrans landed hits, plasma scorched a destroyer amidships, but Cade's line held. Rotate fire groups, prioritize their command ship. Vanguard led the riposte. Spinal lances punched through Stormclaw's asterisk, forward shields. Karun's bridge alarm screamed. A secondary explosion vented his port magazine. Cade's plot updated, Vecran wedge fracturing. 8 escorts slagged, 3 cruisers drifting hulks. Her losses, 0. Cease fire on runners, she ordered. Hail the lead. Karun's channel opened, his face a mask of fury and shock. Humans, you hide in council shadows, this override binds you. Cade met his gaze. Overrides for diplomats, this is enforcement, power down or we finish it. He hesitated, scans showed more signatures stirring, human reserves, his pride cracked. Fall back, all ships disengage. The Vecrans broke, limping toward jump points. Cade's squadron held station, lattices cooling. Secure the yard, she told her XO, Ramirez. Tow in the debris, no traces. Ramirez nodded. Council's watching, ma'am, Voss will ping. Let him. Cade archived the logs, another contingency unveiled. Humans built these ghosts in silence, black yards beyond Saul. Diplomacy needed a hard stop. Marshal Soren Kelt's claws gouged his security console. Feeds from Epsilon Verge replayed the route, Vecran pride shattered by human knife-fight wizards. Karun's fleet nursed wounds, broadcasting outrage. Kelt activated the crisis line. Counselor Voss, the override failed. Humans ignore it. Voss's hologram flickered in, the mediator's frills wilted. Kelt, Karun overreached, leverage not war. War found us. Kelt's tail lashed. Their ships reconfigured, adapted. We restrain primitives, they counter like gods, activate full protocol. Extermination vote now. Voss paced his chambers. Premature, Cade's response was measured, no pursuit. Kelt snarled. Measured, they shredded a fleet at point blank. Hidden yards, silent jumps, what else lurks? Voss checked private channels. Cade's last message burned. Contingencies you never voted on. He forwarded it. See, they warn, not threaten. Kelt's eyes narrowed. Warnings from prey, pull back probes, rally the hardline blocks if humans built that. Alarms chimed. Deep space relays lit, Sol outliers. Massive shadows uncoiling from Uit clouds. Signatures tripled Karun's force. Doomsday markers, Voss froze. What is that? Kelt's voice dropped. The hard stop. Counselor Ter Voss gripped his console as the plot filled. Human signatures, hundreds, emerged from Sol's outer dark. Not scouts, battle wagons, carriers shedding drone swarms, hulls blacker than ink, jump scars fresh from ghost yards. "They're deploying," Voss whispered. His private line to Cade connected at last. Her face appeared steady. "Counselor, your override triggered this." Voss leaned in. "The fleet, how many?" "Enough." Cade's bridge hummed behind her. Crews moved like clockwork. "Veterans probed. We answered. Pull your hardliners or we end the threat." "Threat," Voss's voice cracked. "This is extermination." "No," Cade's eyes hardened. "Insurance, you voted to leash us. We built the collars snap." Scans deepened. Human flag, Doomsday anchor asterisk, a behemoth dwarfing Vecran heavies, missiles racked for planetary glassing. Point defense web spanning light minutes. Voss keyed the emergency override, reversal code. It bounced. "Celts locked it," Cade nodded. "Expected Marshal wants war. Transmit coordinates. We'll handle." "You're invading Council space?" "Defending ours." Her signal cut. Fleet accelerated, dark vectors aimed coreward. Voss slumped. Karun's blunder unveiled it. Humans prepared in silence. One word echoed: contingency. Diplomacy's teeth bared. Prince Commander Karun nursed Stormclaws at rally point. Repairs hissed. His fleet halved, morale gutted. "Report," he growled. Tactics officer flinched. "Humans, modular, they ate our barrage, reformed, struck surgical." Karun's mandibles ground. Veterans ruled broadsides. Humans rewrote the rules mid-fire. Incoming ping, Council alert. Sol stirred, Doomsday fleet inbound. Karun's spines iced. All ships jumped to core defenses, rally Celt. They vanished into warp. But Karun knew too late. Humans didn't intimidate. They ended talks. Admiral Cade's flag plot thrummed. Doomsday anchor led the van, squadrons fanning out. Uit ghosts fully unveiled, black projects drilled for this extinction shadow. "Ramirez," she said. "Status on Council probes?" "Cloaked, ma'am, but Celt's signatures massing at the verge." Cade tapped the all-fleet net. "Ghost wing form screen, anchor group advance vectors locked. No emissions till contact." Affirmatives rolled in. Her crew's human grit, no boasts, ran sims in their sleep. Competent, ready. Console chimed. Voss again. "Admiral, stand down. Vote in session." She typed, "Vote faster, or watch us Counselor tear." Voss slammed the relay hub door open. Holographic feeds flickered across the chamber. Council fleets massing, human signatures ghosting the verge. Marshal Soren Celt spun from the command nexus. His armored crest flared. "Voss. This is a security lockdown. Unlock it." Voss jabbed a claw at the central console. "The safe word, its original purpose. Now." Celt's optics narrowed. Technicians froze at their stations. Relay pings echoed. Karun's veterans rallying, probes scattering under human fire. "Classified," Celt growled. "Council directive." Voss lunged forward, scales bristling. He slapped his override pad on the nexus. Auth lights flashed green. "I'm crisis mediator. You're in my chain. Talk." Celt hesitated. His manipulators clenched. Outside the viewport, warp signatures bloomed, more fleets jumping in. "Fine." Celt pulled the archival feed. A treaty hollow unspooled. "Annex 47B humans joined volatile. We built in a contingency. Eternal Accord phrase triggers neural locks on their command nets. Freezes all human ops during Council-declared crises." Voss's vents hissed. "A muzzle. Control." Celt straightened. "They swore compliance. Prince Commander Karun tested it at Sol Verge, invoked the phrase, expected humans to halt." Voss replayed the feed. Karun's transmission, Eternal Accord asterisk. Human response, silence then acceleration. "You triggered it." Voss's voice dropped. "And," Celt's crest dimmed. "It backfired." Voss yanked the full annex. Layers peeled back, human amendments buried in subclauses. His optics widened. "Contingency rewired." Voss broadcast the text to the hub. "Humans inverted it. Eternal Accord doesn't freeze them. It launches their shadow protocol." Celt barked a curse. "Impossible. They ratified with teeth." Voss scrolled. Auto-retaliation keyed to the phrase. Uit cloud fleets, black budget ghosts. Doomsday anchor group pre-staged for extermination vectors. "Council says muzzle. Humans here, all ships fire on release." Alarms wailed. Incoming from Admiral Cade, vote faster or watch us. Voss seized the emergency channel. "All Council forces, ceasefire order, code Delta 7, stand down." The hub thrummed. Fleet icons pulsed on the master plot. Karun's veterans held formation. Celt's core defenses locked targets. Half the icons froze. Verge squadrons powered down beams. Relay chatter spiked, human signatures spiking. Doomsday fleet decloaking. Voss watched, transfixed. Kelt's hardliners obeyed, begrudging pings confirmed. But the rest, fringe allies, Vecran remnants, independent enforcers, they accelerated. "They're not stopping," a technician whispered. Kelt snarled. "Split command, your orders advisory to them." Voss's claws dug into the console. Human exceptionalism stared back, fleets unmoved, vectors locked on council hubs. Marshal Soren Kelt smashed a fist into the bulkhead. Voss's broadcast echoed in the hub, half his forces peeling off, weapons cold. "Idiot diplomat!" Kelt stabbed the secure line to Karun. "Prince Commander, ignore ceasefire, press the attack." Stormclaw's feed crackled. Karun's mandibles flexed on-screen. "Marshal, human doomsdays inbound. My broadsides can't match their modularity." "Match," Kelt roared. "Overwhelm, Vecran's rule naval fire, pour it on." Karun's spines twitched. Hull breaches smoked behind him. "They reform faster than we track. Surgical strikes." A shadow crossed the feed. Human signatures bloomed, ghost wings screening, anchor group punching through. Kelt cut the line. He pulled his own plot. Council fleets split, loyalists holding, rebels charging. Human retaliation keyed live. "Redirect probes," he ordered. "Target their flag, Cade." Technicians scrambled, but Voss hovered, optics locked on the annex. "Marshal!" Voss's voice cut steel. "Pull back or humans end this." Kelt ignored him, his crest flared full. Humans prepared in silence. Time to restrain them. Warp signatures howled. Doomsday fleet hit the verge. Admiral Lena Cade's bridge hummed steady. Doomsday anchor shuddered as Ghost Wing traded fire, modular drones swapping hulls mid-barrage. Ramirez. Council split confirmed. Cade's fingers danced the plot. "Aye, ma'am," half peeling off, Voss's ceasefire pinged wide. Ramirez grinned faint. "Kelt's dogs still bite." Cade nodded, no smile. "Screen holds, anchor group advance, vectors to core relays." Affirmative snapped back. Her crews ran cold, drilled extinction sims since first contact. No boasts, just execution. Console lit, Voss direct. Admiral Cade, safe word inverted, ceasefire binding, stand down. She typed, "Not our word, yours triggered it. We finish." Cade tapped FleetNet. "Ghosts, reform alpha, hit Kelt's probes, no mercy." Explosions bloomed on feeds. Vecran broadsides crumpled drone swarms, Karun's pride carved lanes. But humans adapted, drones latched, burrowed charges. Cade watched returns. Council rebels massed, Kelt's hardliners spines up. Loyalists hung back, icons blinking hesitation. "They're fracturing," Ramirez said. "Good." Cade locked eyes forward. "Press." Anchor accelerated. Black hulls unveiled, silent builds, human grit forged coreward. Counselor Ter Voss gripped the nexus as relays screamed. Human doomsdays carved the verge, ghost wing shredding probes, anchor group ghosting enforcers. Kelt bellowed orders. "Karun, flank them." But feeds showed truth, Vecrans folding under surgical fire. Karun's asterisk Stormclaw's asterisk vented atmosphere, mandibles slack on last ping. Voss pulled the wide broadcast. "All council commands, eternal accord invoked by your security chief. Human protocol active. Evacuate vectors." Half the plot obeyed, fleets warping out, tails between crests. Kelt's rebels surged alone. "Traitors," Kelt spat. He seized a side console. "My enforcers forward, end Cade." Voss blocked him. "You built the key, they turned it." A new ping, human all fleet. Cade's voice, calm steel, council forces, cease or coreward, your choice. Kelt laughed bitter. "Bluff." Voss watched rebels charge. Humans met them, no posturing. Drones swarmed, anchor behemoth loomed, explosions chained. Rebel icons winked out one by one, then avalanches. Kelt staggered. His plot cleared, humans untouched, reforming flawless. "Contingency," Voss murmured. "Diplomacy's hard stop." Kelt slumped. Hub silent but for pings, evacuation mass. Humans didn't conquer, they enforced. Prince Commander Ral Karun clutched his throne as Stormclaws listed. Bridge crew staunched bleeds, mandibles clicking prayers. "Tactics," he roared, officer stammered. "Humans, endless, drones rebuild from wreckage. Anchor fires kinetic lances, pierce our shields phased." Karun's spines iced. Vecrans mastered broadsides, galaxy-spanning thunder. Humans, scalpels in the dark. Incoming, Kelt's override, press attack. Karun snarled. "No, rally survivors, warp to Karun reserve." But too late, ghost wing enveloped. Drones latched hulls, modular jaws chewing armor. Karun punched evals. Humans fought routine, no panic bursts, no wasteful volleys, efficient extinction. Stormclaws buckled, Karun keyed last log. Council underestimated, humans built for this, end transmission. Warp failed, darkness took his fleet. Admiral Cade's plot stabilized. Verge cleared, Council rebels ash, loyalists fled. Ramirez, core relays. Locked, ma'am, Kelt's signatures breaking. Cade exhaled, measured. Ghost Wing mop remnants, anchor group hold line. Voss pinged again. Admiral, Council convenes emergency, terms. She typed no extermination, no muzzles, or we continue. Affirmative rolled back. Her crews stood down easy, competent, unbowed. Humans prepared silent. Council learned loud. Cade tapped forward. Stars waited. Diplomacy reset. Counselor Voss watched the final feeds die. Kelt chained in custody, crest limp. Hub empty, echoes of war. Humans held the verge. Doomsday fleet idled, ghosts unveiled. One word changed it all. Council's muzzle. Humanity's launch. Voss keyed the core session. Diplomacy needs teeth. Ours broke first. Council icons blinked live. Silence, then assent. Humans fought back. Galaxy Admiral Lena Cade locked eyes on the holotank. Vecran logistics tenders bloomed red, fat, slow haulers stuffed with munitions and fuel. Capital ships loomed blue, their broadside spines charged for thunder. Ghost Wing precision strikes, Cade said. Logistics only, leave the heavies intact. Ramirez nodded from tactics. Drones away, ma'am, scalpel cuts. Probes streaked silent. Vecran escorts twisted to intercept. Too late. Warheads kissed hulls, shaped charges punched reactors, not magazines. Tenders vented plasma, drifting dead. Capital ships powered shields unscathed. Cade watched feeds, no panic in her bridge crew. Routine. Like drilling pirates in the belt. Prince Commander Ral Karun gripped his command throne. Alarms wailed. Logistics gone, humans strike blind. Sensors lied, no barrage, no hammer blow, just ghosts carving his supply spine. Reform line, Karun barked. Broadside volley. Crush their scouts. Vecran claws flexed. Stormclaws and sisters aligned, spines hot. But humans danced away, drones recalled untouched. Cade tapped the plot. Vecran carrier limped, asterisk Ironfang asterisk per intel. Human colonists crammed inside, seized at verge outposts. Civilians. Her people, boarding teams, prep stormbreakers, we take the Fang. Marines geared fast. Cade suited up, magboots clanking. She led Alpha Squad, no debate. Extinction threats demanded hands-on. Shuttles punched vacuum. Vecran point defense spat lasers. Stormbreakers jinked, ablative foam sloughing bursts. Breach charges bloomed on asterisk Ironfang asterisk S bay doors. Cade hit dirt first, rifle sweeping. Vecran guards charged, clawed brutes in carapace. She dropped two with headshots. Squad flowed behind, suppressive fire pinning the rest. Civvy's starboard hold, Ramirez crackled over comms. Guards falling back. Cade kicked a hatch. Corridors reeked of ozone and blood. Humans huddled, miners, families, eyes wide. Fleets here, on your feet. Marines extracted them pod by pod. Cade planted beaconed med units, autodocs humming, linked to Earth relay. Vecrans could claim salvage later. No booby traps, just aid, last civvy aboard shuttle. Cade lingered, eyeing the bridge hatch. Karun's voice echoed from speakers. Surrender, humans. Council override binds you, she smirked under visor. Override's paper, Prince, your war's done. Shuttle pulled clear. Ironfang stabilized, beacons pulsing green. Karun slammed a talon on his console. Humans boarded his carrier, freed captives, left medpacks. Insult layered on loss. Marshal Kelt, he subvoxed. Override engaged, restrain them, static hissed back, Kelt's voice strained. Fleet deploys, human contingency, active, hold Karun, hold, logistics ash, carrier gutted. Karun glared at the plot. Human Doomsday's massed, sleek modular hulls, no bluster, just position. Narrow the jump corridor, Cade ordered. Heard them to Theta 9 relay, drone minefield on my mark. Ghost Wing complied. Pickets fainted, forcing Vecran heavies into a choke, warp currents tight, escape vectors nil. Karun saw the trap bloom. Sensors screamed, mine dispersal. Human drones shed payloads, disposable clouds, self-forging warheads. Evade, he roared, Stormclaws twisted. But corridor pinched. Drones latched, chewing armor modular jaws snapping. Capital ships intact but crippled. No supplies, no jump-outs. Cade's plot cleared, Vecrans bunched, desperate. Interdiction timing, sync bursts. Torpedoes lanced, not at hulls, at warp nacelles. Precision nulls. Vecran formation shattered mid-maneuver. Karun keyed fleet-wide. Mass jump, Karun reserve point. Claws obeyed, Stormclaws warped half. Others emerged mangled, interdicted by human clocks. Timing perfect. Seconds shaved lives. Karun's bridge shuddered. Hull breaches sealed. Rally survivors, press. Drones enveloped. Ghost wing latch true. Jaws ground, Stormclaw's asterisk spine. Evals flatlined. Underestimated, Karun logged. Humans built for this. Warp stuttered, darkness. Cade exhaled, plot stabilized, verge secured. Ramirez core relays. Locked, ma'am. Celts override signatures fracturing. Ghost wing mop remnants anchor group hold. Counselor Ter Voss pinged. Admiral Cade, Council emergency convene. Terms, her reply typed crisp. No extermination, no muzzles, or we continue. Affirmative pinged back. Crews stood down, competent, unbowed, but Voss switched feeds. Marshal Soren Kelt dragged in chains, crest limp. Hub echoed empty. Play it, Voss said to the core session. Icons blinked live, Council species stunned. Final logs rolled, Karun's fall. Human scalpel carving Vecran pride, Kelt spat. They hid this fleet, override failed, we muzzle or, Voss cut him. Muzzle triggered launch, diplomacy needs teeth, hours broke. Silence gripped the chamber, feeds died. Humans held verge, doomsday ghosts idled. One word, muzzle rewrote the stars. Cade tapped forward, stars waited, but Voss watched her signature fade, fleet ghosts unveiled. Council assented quiet, humans prepared silent. Galaxy learned loud. Counselor Voss sealed the session. Kelt's trial loomed. But eyes turned outward. Human probes ghosted new vectors, mapping, not conquering. Monitor, Voss ordered aides. No more overrides, aide nodded. They demand parity, fleet stands ready. Parity, Voss replayed Cade's strikes. Logistics snipped, not shattered. Captives freed, aid planted. Corridor mined surgical, jump timed flawless. Vecrans mastered thunder. Humans, shadows with edges. Prince Karun's reserve flickered on edge sensors, remnants fleeing. Human drones trailed, herding, no pursuit kill. Cade's voice crackled on open channel comm. Vecran survivors stand down, med beacons active, council terms hold. Karun's second answered, voice cracked. You spare us. Routine, Cade said. War's over unless you restart. Static, then compliance. Voss leaned back. Humans fought like drills. No rage, no glory, just end. Diplomacy reset with teeth human forged. Admiral Cade dismissed the bridge watch. Ramirez lingered. Council blinked, ma'am. Doomsday's worked. She nodded. Contingency. Not Doomsday. Plot showed fleet reforming, modules docking seamless. Hidden yards birthed them silent, decades prepped. Earth's word, no muzzles. Council heard. But Cade eyed the verge relay. Rebel ash cooled. Loyalists scattered. Prep ghost wing relay jump, she said. Diplomacy waits, we secure first. Ramirez grinned faint. Eye scalpels sharp. Stars beckoned. Humans moved. Galaxy watched, wary. One underestimated fleet. One hard word. War paused. For now. Marshal Soren Kelt rattled chains in his cell. Guards, neutral arbitrators, ignored him. Override failed. Fleet ghosts shredded Karun. Voss called it teeth. Kelt snarled. Humans humble, no, prepared. Exceptional patience masked fangs. Intercom buzzed. Voss's voice. Confess, Marshal, extermination plot yours. Kelt laughed bitter. Council voted humans unpredictable. Unpredictable, Voss echoed. They answered precise. Silence. Kelt pictured Cade's calm, strikes clean, boarding merciful, minds disposable, timing godlike. Vecrans thundered, humans carved. Diplomacy needs stop word, Voss said. Muzzle was ours, they supplied the launch. Kelt slumped, crest fell, council learned, hard. Cade's fleet anchored verge heart, probes mapped silent. Civies resettled, medpacks saving Vecran wounded too. Council envoy docked. Voss himself, spines tucked. Admiral, Voss said, mandibles clicking, English precise. Terms honored, no muzzles. Cade shook claw firm. Good trade resumes, Voss nodded. With respect, she smiled thin. Earned it routine. Voss glanced plot, ghosts idled, scalpels sheathed. Humans built silent, revealed loud. Galaxy adjusted, diplomacy teethed anew. Counselor Ter Voss slammed the chamber doors open. All eyes snapped to him. Hollow projectors hummed alive in his grip. Counselors, witness this. He thrust the device forward. Combat telemetry bloomed across the vast dome, Verge relay time-stamped hours ago. Red icons swarmed, Vecran expeditionaries under Prince Commander Ral Karun. Blue sparks flickered, human ghost wing. Karun's fleet charged, override codes pulsing like venom. The emergency trigger, Council's safe word to muzzle human unpredictability. Then silence. Human signatures vanished. Karun's ships shredded from within. Boarding drones sliced clean. Mines bloomed precise, sparing civilian drifts. No overkill, no pursuit. Voss paused the feed. Humans held back. Karun triggered extermination. They answered with restraint. Counselor Lyra of the Solari leaned forward, frills quivering. Proof. Telemetry raw. Human logs confirm Cade's order was secure, not slaughter. They ghosted half the fleet. Let Karun limp home. Marshal Soren Kelt stood chained at the dais edge, his crest deflated. Lies, humans feral. Voss ignored him. He activated draft protocols on his pad. Lines scrolled, banned coercive overrides. Mandate shared fail-safes, no unilateral triggers. Council, we built the gun. Humans pulled it because we aimed first. Votes flickered green. Protocol passed. Voss exhaled. Diplomacy evolved. Admiral Lena Cade's shuttle kissed the Capitol ring dock. Clamps locked with a thud. She strode out, flight suit crisp, sidearm holstered casual. Envoy drones parted. Voss waited at the airlock, spines rigid. Admiral Cade. Voss extended a claw. Council honors terms. Cade gripped it firm. Docking cleared. Above the Capitol, unprecedented. Voss glanced up. Her Doomsday fleet loomed silent, black hulls blotting stars, drive signatures null, ghosts in formation. Precedent set at verge. Cade stepped past him. Bridge feeds followed her march. No apologies needed. Joint command drills, now. Voss clicked mandibles. Drills after your marshal voted extermination? Yes. Cade entered the command blister. Hollow tables activated. Vecran officers stiffened. Karun's remnants docked below, scorched. She synced her pad. Simulations loaded, mixed fleets, crisis scenarios. Run it, your overrides disabled, hours shared. Captains hesitated. Voss nodded. Comply. Drills fired. Cade's vectors sliced flawless, flanking maneuvers aliens never matched. Vecrans countered with massed fire, brute force. Humans danced through. Karun burst in, bandages fresh. Insult my fleet. Ghosted fair. Cade didn't look up. Yours thundered blind, learn. Scores tallied. Humans led. Aliens adapted mid-run, frills folding in respect. Voss watched Cade's calm, no gloat. Routine. Voss sealed the treaty vault. Hollow seals glowed. Marshal Kelt gripped the stylus, chains rattling faint. His eyes burned on the new clause. Human contingencies honored. No triggers without consensus. Sign, Marshal. Voss's voice stayed even. Or face tribunal. Kelt snarled. You fold to primates. They saved your Vecrans. Voss nodded to the feed. Cade's fleet held geosync above, Doomsday shadows unmoving. Probes ferried medpacks to wounded stations. No blockade. Just presence, Kelt slashed the seal, treaty locked. Voss transmitted copies galaxy-wide. Protocol active, humanity's silence ends coercion. Kelt slumped as guards led him out. Voss turned to the viewport. Cade's bridge light winked. A ping, drills tomorrow, bring Karun. Voss smiled thin. Claws tapped reply, affirmative. Council chambers thrummed with relays. Distant sectors hailed, Solari trade fleets rerouting to Sol. Vecran yards rebuilt under human specs. Ghost drives, Karun grumbled in debriefs, but he studied the blueprints. Voss reviewed logs. Override code, buried in Unity protocols, meant to leash human volatility. Council fear, unpredictable expansion. Human response, buried deeper. Doomsday fleet forged in silence, not for conquest, for survival. Cade's voice cut in, patched live. Counselor Voss, fleet repositions to outer patrol. Shared safes online? Confirmed. Voss watched signatures fade, scalpels sheathed. One ping lingered. Cade, never build a trigger, we always find the pull. Voss forwarded it. Galaxy learned. Prince Commander Ral Karun paced his repair bay. Hull scars mocked him. Ghost wing had carved, surgical engines gutted, crews extracted alive. His thunder doctrine splintered. Cade's after action, mass works until it doesn't. Precision scales. He snarled at the hollow. Humans humble in victory. No boasts. Drills proved it, they led, then taught. Voss's treaty pinged his console. Karun accepted collab protocols. Vecran pride bent, not broken. Back in the blister, Cade dismissed her bridge crew. Ramirez lingered. Ghosts impressed him, ma'am. Routine. She checked patrols. Verge secure. Rebels resettled. Loyalists integrated. Voss docked again. Admiral, Council requests permanent liaison. Cade nodded. Send Karun, he learns fast. Voss chuckled, alien sound grating English. Agreed. And Marshal? Rehab, no chains. Fleet held silence. Stars wheeled. Galaxy adjusted. One rule etched, never assume humans won't answer. Voss strode the Capitol promenade. Crowds parted, whispers of teeth followed. Human shuttles ferried dignitaries now, no fear. Kelt's cell emptied. Tribunal commuted to service. He saluted Cade's image, crest low. Council reconvened. Voss cued the full telemetry. Witness restraint, then capability. Plays rolled. Galaxy watched. Humans built quiet, revealed necessary. Diplomacy gained teeth, shared. Cade's final log, secure advance. Humans moved.